Good morning. I'm back from my trip to the Georgia mountains. I had an absolutely delightful visit. I was so tickled to be on a lake for the first time in eons. Oh, it was just a beautiful, huge lake. And the weather was delightful. I was also able, at over in Pine Mountain, to find some ephemera to share with you, because the people of northwest Georgia seem to understand the concept of ephemera, unlike what I find a lot of times here in Jacksonville. So that was just like Christmas morning for me, and I'm going to be sharing my haul with you and putting most of the things on Etsy. But for today, well, as you can see, I have a new toy, and I decided to try working this before I turned on the camera, because I knew that it had all of the makings of being an ugly sight and sound. So I found out that some paper is too thin, some paper is too thick, but it seems to like this paper, and it worked a treat, and I thought I would probably use that instead of lace at the edge of this spread, and put that aside for a while. And I decided that for some reason, maybe because of the beautiful birds that I just saw and heard, I decided to look for a little brown bird, and I found one in my stash. So I'm going to add someplace this this little brown bird. And then I also dug deeply and found these papers with this coloration and decided that might be lovely. Before I went away, I had decided to remind myself that I have such a thing as washies. So I went and pulled these bits of washi. So I think I'm ready to go. And I have to be very honest, I haven't got a plan in my head. But I know that this has to go somewhere. Yes, it does. I'm thinking maybe over here at this edge, and then maybe this over here at that edge. But I'm thinking I want to pull it in a little bit, maybe up to there. That's a possibility. Well, I'm not going to overthink. I'm going to do some cutting and some gluing. I've got my best glue ever, and I don't think they're fibbing when it comes to that one. So, do we want the whole motif? Yes, I think I do. Down to here. If I decide to make a paper snippet, I'm going to keep these little bits. You see, I'm learning by watching and thinking about, and a drive up to the mountains in Georgia gave me plenty of time to watch some vids and just have a good think about everything. So use this. Do not need much of this glue at all. Yes, this way. And when that dries, I will trim those corners. And now this one. Right. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of a border here. Not too much. And oh, this is so pretty. I'm going to leave a little bit up the side here to connect this top and bottom. And I can get between the lace bits because of this wonderful tip. And to the top of those flower petals. Yes, right there. Oh my. Oh, these are all new things to me, so I must, I'm very excited. Now, I'm thinking birdie of mine here, I don't know, he's kind of a little brown bird, but he's got that beautiful little beak and those pretty feet. So I'm thinking birdie of mine is going to need to be there. A little bit showing there. And there'll be a little bit around the edge and the bottom. Yes, yes. That works for me. So, and so. Nice sparkliness to this. Now I have a new toy that I'm going to be showing you. I'm sure many of you know about it already, but I just discovered it. And it's almost 10 o'clock, and for the last 40 or so years, my BFF and I, Kathy, have been talking to each other on Sunday mornings. That's how we know it's Sunday and the world is right. So I'm going to stop for a while and have my my weekly chat and get out my toys, and I will be back. Oh, well, that was a nice chat, and all is right with the world. And Gail Agostinelli was absolutely right about this makeup sponge from Target. It just works beautifully and so easily. All right, mission accomplished. Now let's spread that that vintage photo around so easily and so easy to handle. This might have to go on my list of things to rescue if the house is on fire. A little bit pricey, but worth it. So that's prepared for some glue. And this, and maybe this here, and probably I'll lower that a bit. Maybe I'll put some ribbon there. Now I'm needing some fillers for these places. Let's see if I can't just goodness. Ah, self-stick. Well, that's assuming that I want to, don't want to put something down the back, so I might just put my glue on top, either on top of this tape runner or right next to it. All right, that might be just there. And something else that's this might be pretty. There's a belly band for something that goes underneath. Yes. Come out, scissors. I know you're here. There they are. There they are. So I think I shall put this down right here. And a little bit more right there. Oh, this is well-made ribbon, so it has bits on it. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this top bit right now. Put that down. And then see what's ailing this, and then use my oh, I see what's happening. Ah, yes. Okay. The inner section of this came loose. Bingo. I tied that back on. I'll give this a clean up, which is quite easy to do. Give this a nice bath. Of course, I have the cleaner. That works a treat. So, I'll set this aside for the moment because I must have done something to that to let that get a little bit loose. And I have a little super tacky from Hobby Lobby. Whoa. Alrighty. Having a little glue issues here. Let that rest. And now I'm going to work on doing something a little bit more interesting right on top of that. And I'm thinking that this needs some of these bits of collage that I pulled out. maybe a little bit of the edge here. Oh, some words there might be very nice. Words. Where are my words? Well, they've gotten away from me. I'll have to go on a word search, but I can do that. And I also want something here. That would work there. Yes, it would. And then take it off on two sides. And then I need something for there. I want to use this, definitely. Oh, doesn't that look delish with this? Oh, my, this is going to be trimmed just a little bit on the side. And then oh my, isn't that pretty? Let's do let's do this. There. This goes here. I'm going to go on a word search now and cut this. Yes, I am. Cushion blender. I guess faces need cushion blenders. Well, I'm afraid that it took me a good deal longer than I expected to find my words. And then, I guess because I've been playing in the mountains, I'd forgotten that I'd put my words in my Halloween junk journal materials. And even there it was hiding. But I found Embrace Dreams, and these this junk journaling has been a dream of mine for a while, and I'm certainly having so much fun. So this here, and this will be a journaling place on the back, and I'm going to put that under the belly band. And as you can see, I've corner punched. Because I guess I'm in love with punching things. And so that will go under there. Yes, it will. And I used my stamps that I found in Tuesday morning a while ago, and I used them to add something to this multiple pocket, and I use this one over here, and I'm wondering if I might add it there also. So I think I'm up to some gluing now, and then I want to use some of that pretty paper. I just slide this over out of the way. No, I'm going to put that down first. Then I'm going to glue that and that and that. I am having such fun using all of these wonderful contraptions. And here's some, I'm going to use some Elmer's Extreme here. I'm going to put it right down the stitches. So that I can use the area behind it as a pocket. Goodness, if I had known that junk journaling was going to be so much fun, I would have started it earlier. Because I am certainly loving it. I'm going to stop saying that, okay? Now, some more glue. And here. When I'm doing this, I'm always so afraid that I'm taking up too much time sharing my learning process, because compared to what I see, and I'm not prone to comparing myself, but the fact is a fact, I'm new at this, and I'm doing my best to do it Carol's way. In fact, that was my theme song when I retired. She did it, I did it my way. I just feel as though you're thinking to yourself, get on with it, girl. And if that is the truth, please, 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 fast forward. Now the question. No, I don't think so. That's one down. I sounds as though I'm suffering from frogs in the throat. Oops, I just heard a very strange noise in the garage. I'll be right back. Ah, all is well. My husband opening the ladder up into the attic over the garage. It got away from him. I'm wondering if this wouldn't be flatter. I tried some tape. So I'm going to glue these and glue this and have a think. Well, as you can see, I have just spent some time doing some things, again, that are new to me, but are great fun. I'm going to make some little writing spots here. I made one here. I'll show you in just a moment. Where is my... Okay. Well, if it's going to not cooperate, we're just going to have to get bigger. There we go. Bingo. Mission accomplished. Oh, this has been good for what ails me, as my grandmother would have said. I have been longing. I've enjoyed my trip tremendously. I've been longing to get back and play with this. Now I'm thinking there's just one more thing that this might require. I'm thinking that this might need a little touch of stenciling right on that area. Excuse me. Now, I'm going to be needing something small. Seriously, no kidding around small. Maybe this old friend. I think so. And I think, just to add a little bit of life to this page, I'm going to get out my standby Joe Sonia's. I'm also going to take a cough drop. Joe Sonia's, rich gold, probably going for 20 years old. I just finished one of these, and I have 2 left. And yes, they are my so favorite gold. As you can see, This gold has been suiting me for 20 plus years. So let's just have a little dab. Here and there. So as not to mess up my little pretties. Aha. Oldie but goodie. Oldie but goodie. That's thread. Righty. Now just a little bit down here, maybe some here. And maybe a little more up here. I don't want to touch that brown for some reason, because I do like my chocolate brown. And just the tiniest bit over here. If you have enjoyed my process, please consider giving me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would certainly appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Next junk journal, I'm going to be getting back to my Halloween journal, because I have a lot of plans for that now that I had that trip in the car that I could sit and go into Halloween mode. It was great fun. I was able to have quite a good think about what I want to do in that signature. Done. And now I'm going to add the pretties. A piece of my darker shade, some writing area on the back. I covered these brads with some washi. That's going to go down in here. And my 2 little inclusions, leftovers for note spots. And this, I wanted to have a little bit more of this shade over here, so I used the rest of this original bit of lace and left a little bit of spot. This was my experiment in folding a place for additions, and I didn't realize that I should have made these deeper, but live and learn. And then this one, whoops, stays on to the rescue. Right. And this, I believe I've decided to change it. I think I'm going to, no, I think I'm going to put that here. But I have nothing in this one. Oh my. Well, how to get around that problem? How to get around that problem? This painty paper might be just the ticket here. Would have helped if I'd folded it properly. Alrighty, let's see. Oh yes, this would be quite a good journaling spot. Well, back to it. I am so happy that I realized that I left this. Let's have a little bit of distressing on this paper. And now, I believe that and then this under here should do the trick. Yes, it does. So, let me get in just a little bit closer. I'm really happy with this. I think all my learning bits are coming together, and I'm really starting to begin to feel as though this is probably about as much fun as it's possible to have. Well, next up will be my Halloween signature. Bye now.